here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about ongoing application for both master's and bachelor degree programs. This is very important because some of you, there's a possibility that you're ready, you have all the documents, and now you just need you just want to apply. This is a rolling admission, and it is worth noting that you can apply to these programs. Like you can take part in this application process and also still with the joint application. So it doesn't mean that if you take part in this rolling admission, then you won't be able to apply for programs in the joint application. So this is a rolling admission, so kind of separate admission at Lab University of Applied Science. So it's not joint. Okay. So this is specifically for programs at Lab University of Applied Science. So as per the application fee, if you pay the application fee of €100 when applying to this application period or any program in this application, and let's say in January you want to apply for other programs, you don't have to pay the application fee again. If you've been following and also watching my videos, you understand that application fee is paid once depending on when you're supposed to begin your studies. So these programs, if you're admitted to any of these programs, you begin your studies in autumn. So basically August, September, okay, 2026. For the joint application in January, that's the same time you begin your studies, okay? So you just have to pay the application fee once, and you can apply to, you can take part in different admission rounds. So I just want to make that clear. I don't know if this is making sense, but I hope it is. Okay, so this is Lab University of Applied Science. They have 2 campuses in Lati, and it's under Lut University. So there is this ongoing application. It's rolling admission. It started already from the 1st of November, and you have the chance to apply till March 2026. So even after the January joint application. Okay. So that's for bachelor degrees, but for masters, you have from 1st of November to 21st of January 2026. Okay, so I would like us to go through the different faculties and degrees. So for the faculties, you have business, you have healthcare and social services, you have tourism and hospitality, design and fine arts. You also have technology, and then if you want to just look at all the degree programs, you can also click here to check. So for the healthcare, let's go through the healthcare. So for the healthcare, for bachelor's degree programs in English, you have the paramedic nurse. This is in La Paranta, okay? So like I mentioned, there are different campuses. In Lati, there are 2, and there are also in La Paranta as well. There is also public health nurse in La Paranta. La Paranta is like 2 hours from Helsinki. For master's degree programs, there's emergency care systems development and leadership. So this is online studies. There's technological transformation leadership. It's also online. So these are the programs for the Faculty of Healthcare and Social Services. Now, if we go to technology, and I feel like our Lund University is more of this technology part of it. So you have a bachelor degree in industrial information technology. This one is in Latin. There's this bachelor's degree in sustainable solutions engineering in Latin, industrial mechanical engineering in La Peranta, and then there is a master's degree program in circular economy solutions. It's online. And there is this bachelor's degree in sustainable construction technology in Latin, and there is technology transformations leadership online. Okay, so I want us to choose one of these and just take a look at the fees. Maybe let's go to business. So there is international business in Latin, BBA program, business information technology, international business in La Peranta, and then there is a master's degree program in business innovation, culture, and creativity. It's an online program. So let's go for international business. So we see more information here. And you can check the course content, assessment, criteria, and methods. And so if you want to read more about this, you see the different programs offered in the different campuses. So you have Lati campus, these are the programs, and then you have La Peranta campus, like you can see the programs there. So for the required documents, you need a degree certificate of your upper secondary education. So if it's not in English, then you have to translate it to English. You also need your transcript of records, verification for grading scale. If it's not included in your transcript of record, you need the language test certificate when required, a copy of your passport. If you have a Finnish residence permit, you can also add that. So these are the selection groups and evaluation process. So for group 1, those who have the upper secondary school education and they did it outside of Finland, okay, or outside the EU or the EEA area, and the language test result, these are those in group 1. So for group 2, if you have the international baccalaureate outside of Finland, group 3 are those with upper secondary education in Finland or within the EU and EEA. And then you have group 4, applicants with upper secondary education completed outside Finland. So instead of a language proficiency test, applicants have completed their upper secondary degree or at least bachelor or master's degree in English at an institution located in the following countries. So you have these countries that are exempted. So if you've completed your upper secondary education in these countries, Australia, South Africa, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, Switzerland, United Kingdom, or United States, then you don't need to show any international English language test as proof of your English language proficiency. So applicants with upper secondary education completed in Bulgaria, Estonia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Romania, or Slovakia. So instead of the language proficiency test, what they will do is they will use their secondary level diploma that is equivalent to the Finnish matriculation exam. Okay. So the 5th group is applicants with secondary level diploma granting higher education eligibility and a SAT score. So you need to write a SAT test. The last group, applicants who have completed the matriculation exam or vocational qualification in Finland. So this is like those who are already in Finland. So if you fall within the first category, which I think most of you fall, if you fall within this first, which is if you've completed an upper secondary education outside the EU or EEE area, then you need a language test result. Okay. So if you want to really go slow and read them very well, then you can be able to know more about them. So selection is based on meeting the minimum requirements for both arithmetic average of an upper secondary degree diploma and the language proficiency test. And you can see the threshold. And for the language requirement, you can see minimum overall of 6.5. That's what you need. Okay, let's go to the main thing, the tuition fee. All right, so tuition fee academic year 2025-2026 and studies beginning in January 2026. This one no concern also. So this was like this other year. So if you're applying to this, then this concerns you. So tuition fees as of the beginning of autumn 2026. As of 1st of August 2026, the tuition fee for new students from the non-EU EEA countries is 11,000 euros for bachelors and 18,000 euros for masters. Let me show you something. You know, when I say things are going like really not so good for international students when it comes to financial matters. So can you see the tuition fee for last year, like this current academic year? 8,000 euros. So if you compare 8,000 euros to 11,000, that's such a huge increase. Okay. And if you compare 9,000 euros for masters, and now you have, how much is it? And now you have 18,000. That's 50% increase. You understand? 50% increase. 50. All right, so they have the early bird discount. So if you pay your fees within a certain period of time, then you have the early bird tuition fees. So you pay for bachelors 9,000 euros instead of 11,000, which is good. And for masters, you pay 15,000 euros instead of 18,000. Now, tuition fees after the early bird. When paying the tuition fee after the early bird discount period, so you pay the normal one anyways. Let's look at the different scholarships. This was for January. So for this year, these are the different scholarships that they had. There's no scholarship for the first year. So the scholarship is a 50% reduction on the annual tuition fee. So in the first academic year, no one will be granted a scholarship, okay? But if you complete 60 credits per academic year, so from your second year, if you complete at least 60 credits, then you have a 50% scholarship, which is good. So for example, instead of paying 11,000, you pay 5,500 euros for the second year, which is, to me, I think it's good. The credit must be accumulated steadily over the duration of your studies. So it's very important to take this into consideration. So for studies beginning in autumn, they say scholarships offered by Lab University of Appliance are available from the second year onwards. The scholarship provides 3,000 reduction on the annual tuition fee. So how much is that? 9,000. The student must complete 60 credit per academic year in order to be eligible. So exemption, if you have an identity card or citizenship from the EU and EEA or Switzerland, if you have the blue card in Finland, the EU blue card, if you have a continuous residence permit card in Finland type A, so if you have A permit for study purposes, you have to pay tuition fee. So for example, if you are working in Finland and you have the type A residence permit, you don't have to pay fees, okay? So you just apply and you'll be granted, if you are eligible, you'll be granted admission. You don't have to pay fees if you have the type A. If you are a permanent resident living in Finland, you don't have to pay fees. If you are an EU family member, you have the EU family members residence card in Finland, you don't have to pay. So these are the exemptions. I don't know, but there's a lot. The information here is it's clear. So you can go through this website, choose your program and get to know more about it and look at the fees. All right, is this something you can afford? Then you go for it. I'll advise you to apply if you're eligible and if you have the funds for it. Please go ahead and apply. And if you have any question, please leave it in the comment section. I'll answer you. Remember, application is ongoing. For bachelors, the due date is in March 2026, and for masters, the due date is January 2026. Okay. All right. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Do well to subscribe, invite your friends. I will be bringing back-to-back information when it comes to you applying and studying in Finland in 2026, okay? So please stay with me, like this video, share, invite people. That's the least you can do for me, okay? All right, so see you when next you see me. Bye.